Yeah, I think it is ready now. Okay, but it is new stream. Yeah, it is new stream. So guys, just wait for a minute. So let me set up everything. I think it started. Guys, it is started. Just wait. So let me just set up everything. ओके रजत नवीन लिंक सेंड कर ग्रुपवर म्हणजे त्याच चॅटवरती तिकडे मेसेज कर. त्या आधीच्या चॅटमध्ये ना जस्ट मेसेज दॅट न्यू स्ट्रीम हॅज स्टार्टेड. ओके सो लेट मी. So guys, just wait for a minute. I think everything is proper. So let me send the new link. Yeah. बंद झाला नाही. तो आधीचा बंद झाला. हां, आधीचा बंद झाला. So let me send the. अजून नवीन लिंक आहे ना, पाठवू तुला नवीन लिंक आहे ना, जस्ट पाठवते त्याच आधीच्या चॅटमध्ये पाठव. हां, आय थिंक आलेत. Yeah, I think you people are ready. Okay, so Coco Gaming like Suresh Konar is back. Okay, just we will wait for others to just come back. I think now everything is proper. Yes, Prajat, everyone is there. Is I am audible? I hope it is very clear now. Yeah, so now I think 3 people came. Okay, so let's come back to this position. So yes, Prajat. So here like knight into f7 is the move, and here there is a problem that if he in the actual game he played queen e7, so therefore the white is able to capture knight into h8, but as I told you that the knight into f7 is a losing move because queen h4 can come. Okay, so queen h4 is a possible, and now I don't think there is any way to stop from losing. Like white cannot stop himself from losing, because after queen h4 I don't think anything is good here. Like suppose if it try to castle in this position, if the white try to castle and he will delay capturing this rook, then the black is the one, he will just keep forcing himself on this. Now suppose if the white try to play and capture the rook on h8, then here simply black will capture f2 and attack this queen, and if we take with this, then bishop into f2 is coming, and after king h1, remember the queen into c4 is coming, and the way to come out for this knight is blocked by the queen, and this is how the black is the one who is going to win. So therefore remember a very good counter attack. Okay, remember this is a very good counter attack from the black side is knight into e4. So knight into e4 is a very good counter attack. So remember what we should not do. We should not capture this with knight, and at the same time not to capture with this pawn. तो ये दोनों चीज़ें हमें नहीं करना चाहिए, और नाइट को भी कैप्चर नहीं करना चाहिए और उस पॉन को भी नाइट से कैप्चर नहीं करना चाहिए. So capturing knight as well as the pawn on f7, both are not good moves. Okay, so therefore what we should do, फिर हमें क्या करना चाहिए इस पर्टिकुलर पोजीशन पे, हमें क्या करना चाहिए then, what to be played. So if you are anyone in the chat, then please just mention that what to be played. Come on guys, just let me know what to be played. फिर क्या खेलना चाहिए इस पर्टिकुलर पोजीशन पे, फिर क्या करना चाहिए. If you want to win, remember I want to show you again, once again, like capturing this is going to be a disaster because queen h4 is going to come. Okay, and if you try to save yourself by playing queen to f3, then that is going to be a biggest mistake, because black will play knight to d4, threatening simple your queen as well as c2 pawn. Okay, and now there is no way to survive. Suppose if you will go back, okay, so Monisha have came here. Suppose if the queen d3 comes, then the knight into f2 is going to come, attack on the queen, attack on the rook. So it is like backfire, like black is the one who is backfiring, okay, or he is doing the counter attack. So therefore remember, when your opponent play move knight into e4, the best way to continue is bishop into f7. Okay, so bishop into f7 check is the best way to continue. Because of this move, what will happen? The black need to play king e7 and he is blocking the important diagonal of queen. A queen ka important diagonal block kar raha hai. It's okay, like we are not getting this rook, okay, but bishop into f7 and after king e7 we should simply we can take this, or we have to do a very good counter attacking move, that is d4 guys. This is an absolutely good move because now we can threatening of capturing this. Suppose if he captures, then we are the one who are winning because bishop into g5 check, king into f7 and bishop into queen. This is what is going to happen. Okay, so remember, I think you will able to remember the entire sequence. Now imagine that if he captures our d4 pawn, then what we can do, that we can simply attack the knight by playing move to c3, and any which ways you remember that he cannot take this, वो capture नहीं कर सकता है, because we can capture and try to win this queen. And suppose if this knight goes back, knight वापस अपने जगह पे जाएगा, so now we can play moves like bishop to d5, we can play attack this and force this knight. Suppose now if he captures, then we are winning this queen. Okay, so this is what can happen. So remember that the black can do a counter attack on us just by capturing knight on e4. So you have to remember what to play here. So hi Alaga Pillai, welcome. So is there anyone else in the chat? Just please let me know. Okay, so now let's go to the next position. Now this position or this game is a very important game which is played in 1994. In 1994 this particular game has played. Now we have not seen even the main game like e4, e5, knight f3, knight c6, bishop c4, knight f6, knight g5, and here he played queen e7. So queen e7 is an absolutely blunder. A blunder here is a big mistake. Now after queen e7, so I want to ask everyone in the chat like what to play here. There are two options guys you are having. One is capturing with the bishop and capturing with the knight. So which option would you like to choose here, and which is the correct way to win this position? Come on, just you let me know which is the move we should play. यहाँ पर फिर कौन सा मूव हमें करना चाहिए, या which move we should play. Win this position. Come on. Okay guys, just let me know that which move to be played, whether capturing with bishop is good or capturing with the knight is good. You need to decide, because it might be happen that your opponent might play queen to e7. So capturing with bishop, yeah, the Prajat is telling capturing with the bishop is good. Om Mudeshwar, wow, welcome Om. So he's telling capturing with the bishop is good. Yes, I will go with Om and Prajat, and even Manisha Shinde. She is telling knight, capturing with the knight is good, she is telling. Okay, let's see what happens if we capture with the knight. If we capture with the knight, now this move will come. Okay, now this move will come, and suppose right now if we capture with the pawn, then he will capture with the queen. If you capture with this knight, then he will capture your bishop. Remember the threats. याद रखो ये सब counter attacks जो है. Okay, Dharm Yadav, welcome. Okay sir, why was delay? Because I think there is some problem with the stream key, so therefore I need to set up. So therefore like we lost 5 minutes. So sorry for that. But remember this here. You might be thinking that here we will win, like you know your opponent can play queen e7 and then he will try to put you under puzzle, like by which piece you will use to capture, whether you want to use bishop or knight. Remember, capturing with knight is a bad move because he will try to attack your bishop, and if you try to capture with this, then he will capture this, if you capture this, he will capture your bishop, and here we are the one, the white are the one going to lose. Okay, फिर हम ऐसे हार सकते हैं. So therefore in this position, yeah, Monisha is telling tomorrow also there. Yes, tomorrow also there. Every day there is going to be a stream from 8 o'clock onwards. Okay, so every day 8 p.m. there is going to be stream. So I'm going to bring new topic every day to just improve your game. So therefore the best way to capture this pawn is bishop into f7, give check. Now he is having only option of going back and bring your bishop back, because we have already got one pawn, so we are winning. Even if you get one extra pawn, you are winning. And right now we are threatening to get our knight here, attack this king, attack this rook, and winning this rook is a best move. So therefore by this way we can win. So remember that bishop capture pawn is important in this particular position. Okay, so let's go back to next position. Now this is also something very important game. So this game is played, you will not believe, this game is played in 1854. Can you see? This game is played in year 1854. I think you are able to see it. तुम लोग को शायद दिख रहा है. This particular game is played in 1854. See during that time how this game has played. So e4, e5, knight f3, knight f6 is played. Just is got converted. Bishop c4, knight c6. The same position, like we got knight g5 is played, and here the black played d5, e into d5, knight into d5, knight into f7, king into f7, queen f3 check, and we are coming to the main defense. So far we have seen all that, like if the king goes to e8 we will take our knight back. If king goes to g8 we are winning by taking this knight with the bishop or with the queen. किसी से भी capture करके हम उसे simply checkmate कर सकते हैं. So this is what we can do it. But the best way to defend is bringing king to e6. This is the best way to defend. So I want to ask entire chat that which move white should play here. Which is the move white should play here? Remember, now it is a maths, it's a mathematics, because one attack, one defense. Okay, one attack guys, one defense. Second attack, a second defense. So it is about number of attackers and number of defenders. Okay, so you let me know the which move to be played. Here the Dharam Yadav is telling kc3, means he want to say that knight c3, nc3, it should be nc3. Okay, very good. So I will go with, yeah, even Suresh Konar, even Ankush Kamble is telling king to e5, not king to e5. I think here knight to c3, we should play knight to c3. Remember, now it is a simple match. One attack, second attack, third attack, and one defense, second defense, and now black will go for third defense, and that is knight c e7. And remember, now here white need to be very careful, because he just doing the third defense, one, second, third defense, and remember he is going to bring a fourth defense with the pawn. He is going to bring fourth defense with the pawn, and we need to either remove the defenders or increase the attackers. हमें क्या करना चाहिए? Either ये जो डिफेंसर्स है उसे कम करना चाहिए, ये जो डिफेंसर्स है जो डिफेंस कर रहे हैं उन्हें कम करना चाहिए, या हमारे अटैकर्स को यहाँ पर बढ़ाना चाहिए. But remember, even there is a number of attackers and number of defenders, still one positivity which we are having. हमारे पास एक बहुत बड़ा positive point है. You know what is that positive point? The positive point is the black's king is in the center. Black का king जो है वो center में है. So that is the main positive point. And let's see how white is using that positive point to win. So white is not bothered about how many attackers and how many defenders. He is just happy because the black king is stuck in the center. So the checkmate will happen, but for that we need to develop all pieces. So therefore here white did castled and he is getting this ready to get the rook on this file or this file. इस file पे लाने के लिए उसने castle करके रखा है. Now the black need to worry and he need to defend. Remember, he cannot take his king to g8 square and make himself safe because of the queen. So here the black decided to defend it further. Now see, the interesting game of the topic have come. This is the interesting game of the topic. Okay, so black is defending. So now the black is simply trying to digest that f7 knight. यहाँ पर जो knight हमने sacrifice किया था उसे वो digest करने के लिए try कर रहा है by bringing king to e6 and trying to defend this knight. This is a knight which we actually sacrificed there. So he's trying to digest that knight and want to win the game, but we will not allow him to win. So white will not allow him to win. So we are now ready. So we have to do attack. So to do attack, which move to be played? अभी यहाँ पर कौन सा move हमें करना चाहिए to increase the attack? हमें क्या करना चाहिए? Remember the king is in the center. King अभी center में है. हमें जीतने के लिए उस king को expose करना है. We need to expose that king. Means like we have to open up files and diagonals. Files means ये जो e file है, d file है, these are called files and these are called diagonals. So it is about your maths. Okay, so therefore to expose the king, so which move to be played? Here Suresh Konar is telling just play rook to e1. Okay, so Suresh Konar is telling कि just play rook to e1. हमें क्या करना चाहिए? याद रखो, हमें expose करना है black king को. We have to open up files and lines. Don't worry your piece down. तुम्हारे पास एक piece कम है, हमारे पास एक piece कम है. See that we have 3 pieces but opponent is having 4 pieces, but we still no need to worry. हमें worry करने की कोई बात नहीं है. Okay, so here Suresh Konar is telling to rook to e1. So I am expecting the reply from Om, Prajat and everyone. Okay, बाकी लोगों से I am expecting that what to be played. Suresh has already answered that इस particular position पे rook e1 खेलना चाहिए. Okay, so anyone else? Come on, come on, come on. Just I am waiting here. So what to be played in this position, guys? So in this position we should expose black king, and to expose black king we should play pawn to d4. इससे क्या होगा कि suppose if opponent try to capture, okay, okay, so Dharam Yadav is telling d3. Instead of d3 go for d4. If opponent try to capture, then our rook is ready to give check to the black king, and also our bishop is ready to come here and try to remove the defender. ये जो डिफेंड कर रहा है इसको, उसे रिमूव करने के लिए बिशप बहुत यूजफुल होगा. सो व्हाट वी हैव टू डू दैट वी हैव जस्ट ओपन अप by playing d4. So Akshat is telling open up the bishop. Yes, so here in this game what happened, the black captured e into d4. So this is a bad move, and now we can make a move which Suresh Konar suggested, rook e1 check. Rook e1 check. Now remember the king cannot come in this file, cannot stay in this file, so therefore king need to go either d6 or d7. ये दो ही squares है उसके लिए. And remember, going king to d6 is disaster for him. The black will simply lose if he go take his king to d6. You know how? By moving bishop f4 check. It is going to be simply losing. And suppose if the king goes to d7, then remember this knight into d5 is going to come. And now if knight into d5, guys, the queen g4 checkmate. Can you believe how the checkmate is happened? Because the rook controlling these squares, queen controlling this diagonal, bishop controlling this diagonal. So with the 3 pieces we are simply checkmating the black king. It is unimaginable. Okay, and remember here, suppose if we try to capture with the pawn, वो suppose pawn से capture करता है, then also there is a checkmate. Can you find out? Suresh Konar, Om Mudeshwar, Akshat, Dharam Yadav, okay, Ankush. So can you find out in this position how white is going to win? Okay, so this is an interesting puzzle type position. White can win here in 2 moves or even in 3 moves he can win. Come on guys, let me know which move to be played in order to win. Okay, so he is telling d5. Dharam Yadav, what d5 beta? Okay, so what to do? Like it is a checkmate in 2 moves, guys. Checkmate in 2 moves. 2 मूव में हम अपोनेंट को चेकमेट कर सकते हैं. तो वो कैसे कर सकते हैं? 3 मूव्स में भी कर सकते हैं चेकमेट। देखते हैं कि किसको पता चलेगा यहाँ पर। यस, सुरेश कोनार इज राइट, इज टेलिंग बिशप टू b5, वेरी गुड, bishop to b5. Look at the king cannot come because of this bishop, and this diagonal is also blocked. King cannot come here because of the rook, so the black is having only option of playing knight to c6, and after knight to c6 the queen in queen g4 is going to be a simply checkmate. Okay, this is mate in one. You can even do this, but the bishop will come in between and then the checkmate will happen. Okay, so this is a simple checkmate. And here, you know what, a fantasy checkmate in 3 move, like, you know, we can do queen into d5, queen sacrifice, so black will become happy. Wow, I'm getting queen, so he will become happy that, oh, I'm getting queen, but next move he will become sad because he is getting checkmated. Okay, so this is how we can do it. See the power of two bishops and the power of the rook. So this is how the checkmates can happen. तो ऐसा checkmates हो सकता है. So remember, it is very 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 powerful, very powerful. Okay, just I want to show you again that what exactly is happening here. The king came to e6, knight came to c3, he went back, white simply castled, not worried about anything, as he played c6 and solidifying this position. So white is playing d4, try to expose the black king को वो expose कर रहा है. As he captures, he is going to lose because rook e1 check, king is going to d7. But remember, as I told you, that if we go to d6 he will be losing because of bishop f4 check. Bishop f4 के बाद is losing. Even you must be thinking, what will happen if the knight captures? Nothing will happen, he will lose, simply he will lose, because again queen into f4 check, guys. And if the king goes to d6, bishop e6 check, king e8, queen f7 check. Okay, so a lot of mating ideas, कितने सारे. Okay, so here is telling that after bishop f4 check, what if king goes to c5? Yes, king can go to c5, but here if the king goes to c5, remember there is a checkmate in 4 moves. White can checkmate black king in 4 moves, guys. 5 moves also possible, but any which ways the lesser is better. Okay, so what are those moves? Remember that our queen can travel, but only our knight is in between. Okay, queen यहाँ पर जाके उसे मेट कर सकता है. And main is what, our bishop. Bishop जो है ना, ये the entry point, मतलब ये पीछे जाने वाले जो points है king के, उसे stop कर रहा है. So therefore this bishop is very very strong. ये bishop बहुत काम का है. Okay, so here the how the checkmate in 4 moves possible. Here we can do knight e4 check, knight e4 check, and remember now where he can move his king. For example, let's try he will go king to b6, but as I told you that the entry point is blocked and entry point for our queen is open. So queen check, and I don't think he's having any place. Do you think he's having any place? Yes, he's having this place, but it is a checkmate, this check, and again king goes to b6, guys, and queen c5, a simply checkmate. Okay, so even here after this knight e4 check, if he will not go there, wherever he will go, guys, wherever, वो कहाँ पर भी जाएगा, king b4 पे भी आएगा, so same thing is going to happen, this check, this here, this check, king here, and it's again there is a checkmate. So same चीज होगा. I hope Suresh Konar you understood here. Okay, so if the king goes to c5, he will be going to be checkmated. So therefore here he should not move king to d6. उसे king d6 पे नहीं खेलना चाहिए, उसे कहाँ पर खेलना चाहिए, king को d7 पे खेलना चाहिए, checkmate से बचना है तो. Okay, because don't not to allow the bishop f4 with a check. So if the king goes to d7, then here white should simply capture the knight, and if we try to capture with the pawn, simply take bishop into d5. If we take knight into d5, queen into d5 check, and remember now he is again losing. again losing because the king is stuck. The king cannot come in this file because of the rook, and king cannot come here, so there is only move that king goes to c7, and now he cannot stop the bishop f4 check. ये check अभी वो stop नहीं कर सकता है, so it's a check. And what else he can do that? Suppose if he move his king to b6 भागने के लिए, तो हमें फ्री में क्वीन मिल जाएगी. तो एनी विच वेज वी आर विनिंग आफ्टर दिस. एक बार क्वीन मिलने के बाद हम ऐसे ही जीत जाएंगे. बट इफ यू ट्राई टू स्टॉप इट बाय प्लेइंग बिशप d6, it is a blunder. White can checkmate black king in 3 moves. Okay, so I'm waiting for you all to find the answer. How white can checkmate black king in 3 moves? Okay, so I'm waiting, I'm relaxing. So I'm waiting for you all to answer. चलो देखते हैं कि कौन आंसर करेगा. कैसे ब्लैक किंग को 3 मूव में चेकमेट करेंगे. कैन यू बिलीव हियर वी कैन डू चेकमेट बिकॉज our pieces are active. rook active है, bishop active है, sorry wrong. Okay, rook active है, the bishop is also active, your this rook is also active, your queen is super duper active in the diagonals, in the files, in the ranks, diagonal. So it is a super active queen. So therefore we can checkmate. Come on, I am waiting for your answer in the chat box. I am just looking at the chat box that you will answer. So therefore I am waiting. ठीक है, एक बार हम लोग एक क्या करेंगे ना, पजल सॉल्विंग सेशन भी रखेंगे. उससे क्या होगा कि तुम्हारी विजन बढ़ेगी, स्किल बढ़ेगा पजल सॉल्व करने का. सो यू विल एबल टू गेट चेकमेट इन 1 मूव, 2 मूव, 3 मूव्स क्विकली. फटाफट हमें चेकमेट्स मिलेंगे. रखूं मैं पजल सॉल्विंग सेशन जिसमें सिर्फ हम चेकमेटिंग 1 मूव सॉल्व करेंगे, चेकमेटिंग 2 मूव सॉल्व करेंगे और हमारे स्किल्स बढ़ाएंगे. वी विल इंप्रूव आवर स्किल्स. ओके, विल डू दैट. हम वो करेंगे एक बार. Okay, come on guys. Anyone? I'm waiting. Suresh Kunar and Om Mudeshwar. Okay, so Dharam Yadav is telling to play Queen f7. Akshat is telling Queen c4. Okay, so Queen f7 is not good move. Queen f7 is not good move because he will bring the piece in between. Defend करेगा, वो नया पीस लाएगा और किंग के लिए एक नया जगह बनाएगा, भागने के लिए एक नया जगह बनाएगा. So don't allow him to run. क्वीन c4, क्वीन c4 में क्या होगा पता है क्या? ही विल टेक शेल्टर इनसाइड, वो अंदर एकदम शेल्टर ले लेगा. और एंड देन इफ यू ट्राई टू गिव दिस, देन ही विल ट्राई टू डू दिस. सो देयरफॉर देयर इज अ विनिंग मूव. यस सुरेश कोनार, आई न्यू दैट यू विल आंसर and you answered. You are the best here. So queen to c5 check. Yes, queen to c5 check. Remember, we are taking advantage of the pin. Pin piece, he cannot take. He cannot take because it is a pin. Okay, so bishop will take. Akshat is telling the bishop cannot take because there is a check to king. It is illegal. So queen to c5 check, and if king comes to d7, then it is a checkmate in next move. And if king try to take a shelter, then queen sacrifice, and it's a mate. Okay, so like amazing mate. So ऐसा सब possibility है. All these possibilities are there guys. Okay, so remember like how attacking it is to play. Okay, I hope you understood this. So let's go to our next interesting game. The same thing is happened but differently. This game is played in 1856. This game is played in 1856, like e4, e5, bishop c4, knight f6, knight f3, knight c6. The position got converted, and here the white played knight to g5, black played d5, captured, and you all know that a fantastic move in this pride lever attack is knight into f7, capture karo, king into f7, queen f3 check, king to e6, the move. Now number of attackers, number of defender, it's a maths. Knight c3 is playing knight c e7, and in the previous game we saw that white played a simple castling and then we won the game. But here in this particular game is not castling, first only is trying to expose by playing d4. ऐसा भी हम लोग खेल सकते हैं. वी कैन प्ले लाइक दिस ऑल्सो. वी कैन जस्ट ट्राई टू एक्सपोज अवर अपोनेंट. ट्राई टू एक्सपोज अवर अपोनेंट. हम हमारे अपोनेंट को एक्सपोज करेंगे. ठीक है, D4 एंड ही विल ट्राई टू डिफेंड हिमसेल्फ. अब खुद को बचाने के लिए ट्राई करेगा C6 पर खेल के. So what we can do that here the white can play bishop to G5 guys and try to remove the defender by pinning it, and also the white is ready to do long castle and get the rook here directly. So this is another way of attacking. ये और एक मेथड है अटैक करने का. ओके, so try to remember the various ideas so you can use any ideas in the game. Okay, so here the black played h6, white simply captured bishop into e7, bishop into e7, and white did the long castle. Remember the move. Okay, now this is indirectly attacking the queen along this file. So here the black try to play rook f8. Now suppose if you move the queen from here, then the king will try to escape. Remember, don't give such checks. ऐसे checks avoid करो. Try to avoid checks, because if we go away from this line, the black king will try to escape. वो भागने के लिए try करेगा. So try to avoid it. So in this position we have to play. White should play queen to e4. And here the black made a biggest mistake, that rook f4, and white played queen into e5 check, king d7, and knight into d5, and after knight into c into d5, and the black got checkmate because white played bishop b5 check. So this is one of the game which is happened where the black got checkmate. So checkmate होना तय है, checkmate हो ही सकता है. Okay, but only thing is that we need to play, and this is a game played by a famous player from the Greek. It is a Greco, and this is played in 1620. Can you believe? Now 2020 is going on. So 400 years back. So we have a long chess history. हमारा बहुत long chess history है. So in 1620 this game is played, and see what amazing game is played. E4, E5, knight F3, next is bishop C4, knight G5, D5, captures, knight F7, this queen F3, king E6, knight C3, knight E7, castled. Like how we saw the previous game. C6, rook E1. As Suresh Konar said, rook E1 earlier. But here we have seen one game where the white is just exposed by playing a pawn to D4. Okay, so but in this game the Greco played rook to E1, black played bishop d7, white played d4. These are the common moves. ये सब common moves ऐसे खेलना. And here the black now trying to just go away as quickly as possible. वो जल्दी से जल्दी he just want to take a shelter for king. King को वो shelter देना चाहते हैं. So he is just traveling. उसने shelter लेना start कर दिया. He just going moving king to d6, and here the Greco played an outstanding move, rook into e5, just capturing. Okay, now he cannot go back, because if he try to go back, and now there will be a big attack here. If he try to go back, the white will simply take with the knight, and if he try to take with the knight, then we can take with the bishop, and if he takes with the pawn, we can play an interesting move, bishop f4, and try to give the discover attack by moving the rook, attacking the queen. ऐसा हम कर सकते हैं. And suppose if we try to play king c8 and avoid, then white can simply use his queen and give check, and if this bishop comes in between, then the rook can come here, and we are planning to take this bishop. And if this queen d7 comes, guys, this will come, and we can double the rook and try to give this check. And if we try to stop this, he cannot stop this because he cannot move the bishop anywhere. Bishop को कहीं पर भी move नहीं कर सकता, because if we try to move here the bishop, we can take. Try to move the bishop, we can take. Try to move the bishop, we can take. Try to move the bishop here, we can take with the rook simply, or take with this. And bishop cannot come here because two rooks are there. See, we just blocking this bishop completely, and the black can't do anything. वो कुछ नहीं कर सकता except moving his king here. Except moving his king here, he can't do anything. But still we are winning, because we can give bishop check, and if we try to come here, guys, we can give the check. If the queen captures, you know that how we are winning this. And you know what, the bishop cannot take it because it is pin, and we are winning. If the king comes to d7, we are winning by taking this rook. For ऐसा हम forcefully जीत सकते हैं. Just remember that एक ही चीज याद रखना है तुम लोगों को, ऐसे पोजीशन पे use all your pieces, सब pieces को use करना चाहिए. ठीक है, this is what is going to happen. So Greco played rook into e5, he played knight to g6, white played knight into d5, he played knight into e5, d into e5 check, and now he played king c5. Now I want to ask the viewer, there is a checkmate in two moves. देखते हैं कि कौन कैसे ब्लैक को checkmate कर सकता है two moves में. Remember, this pawn is doing the job of our bishop. हमारा bishop का job कर रहा है, because एक king को पीछे जाने से रोक रहा है. तो therefore वो दो मूव में checkmate हो सकता है. देखते हैं कि किसे ये दो मूव का checkmate समझ में आएगा, दिखेगा. So the chat I am waiting. या पिनिंग इज ऑलवेज विनिंग, यस. तो दो मूव में चेकमेट कैसे होगा. एंड यू नो व्हाट, दिस नाइट इज डूइंग अ वेरी गुड जॉब ऑफ हैंग, वो एंकर का काम कर रहा है, इज नॉट अलाउिंग द किंग टू गो, एंड दिस पॉन इज ऑल्सो डूइंग वेरी गुड जॉब नॉट अलाउिंग द किंग टू गो बैक. तो देयरफॉर उसका चेकमेट होना तय है. 100% ही विल बी गेटिंग चेकमेटेड. बट कैसे चेकमेट होगा वो तुम लोगों को फाइंड आउट करना है, बताना है मुझे कि कैसे चेकमेट होगा. हाउ द ब्लैक किंग इज गोइंग टू गेट चेकमेट. कम ऑन गाइस, जस्ट आई एम वेटिंग फॉर यू ऑल. तुम्हारे लिए मैं जस्ट वेट कर रहा हूँ कैसे कौन सा मूव करना है जिसमें वी कैन डू चेकमेट गाइस, वी कैन डू चेकमेट. ओके, कम ऑन. Okay, so here bishop e3 is telling, Suresh Konar is also telling bishop e3. But don't you think that if you play bishop e3, you are blocking the way for your queen? Don't you think that? Because you know your opponent can capture this, so that possibility is there. So can you do something better? तो अच्छा कैलकुलेशन करो, अच्छा कैलकुलेशन. Okay, so here the move is b4 check. See, sometimes we ignore such moves. Check, because see the king cannot go here, the king cannot go here, king cannot capture this, king cannot go here. So therefore he is having only option of capturing this king into c4, and now queen d3 checkmate. See, the king can't go back because of the queen, queen got support, king can't go here, can't go here because of this and because of the queen. So it is simply checkmate. And even Suresh Konar move is also correct, because after here it is a mate in 3, like queen a3 check and king into c4, now queen d3 check, king c5, and now b4 checkmate. But b4 move is very important here to do checkmate. So checkmate होने के लिए b4 move important है. ऐसा ये गेम जो है ना ग्रीको ने जीत लिया है. सो इट इज इजी विनिंग गेम फॉर ग्रीको. ग्रीको के लिए बहुत इजी गेम था. तो गाइस, दिस इज अनदर गेम व्हिच इज प्लेड इन 1868. सबसे पहले लाइक 1868 में ये गेम किया था, लाइक e4 e5. जस्ट आई एम टेकिंग द ओपनिंग मूव्स लिटिल क्विकर. d5, दिस king into f7, queen f3, king is 3 3, this. Again knight went back, d4 exposing, c6 supporting, castle, and here the black brought some different move only altogether, that is b5. He is himself doing counter attack. Bishop b3, b4, attacking further. Now I am pausing here, I am stopping here. Now if your opponent try to do counter attack, तुम लोग अटैक कर रहे हो, he is doing the counter attack, he is doing the counter punch on you. So now what to do here? Because remember now the black is very relaxed. उसको क्या लग रहा है, इसे तो मैं बहुत अच्छी तरह से डिफेंड कर रहा हूँ. वन डिफेंस, सेकेंड डिफेंस, थर्ड डिफेंस, फोर्थ डिफेंस. So he want to remove our attacker, so he try to push our attacker back, and he just want us to do like move this attacker. So what to do? Should we move here, should we move here, shall we capture this, or we have to move here, or we have to go back, or what to do in such positions? क्या करना है? Because right now he is threatening that he want to take our knight. हमारा knight को वो capture करना चाहता है. So what is the best move? Remember, the move which black played is losing for him. So what to be played? Just you tell me, because you never know what your opponent is going to play. तुम्हारा opponent क्या खेलने वाला है तो तुम लोग को कभी पता नहीं चलेगा. So is telling that to play knight to e4. वो बोल रहा है कि knight को e4 करो. ओके, नाइट के लिए यूज सिंबल एन, नॉट के, के फॉर किंग, किंग के लिए हमें के सिंबल यूज करना है अक्षत, और नाइट के लिए एन यूज करना है. आई होप यू विल रिमेंबर दिस. ओके, तो कम ऑन, व्हाट टू बी प्लेड, नाइट e4. सो अक्षत इज टेलिंग चलो नाइट को e4 पे खेलते हैं. ओके, सो नाइट e4 इज ऑल्सो गुड मूव, बट द बेस्ट मूव यू नीड टू फाइंड आउट. बेस्ट मूव क्या है यहाँ पर? Okay, rook e1. Okay, Suresh Kumar is telling here the best move is rook e1. Now let's see what will happen if we play rook e1. If we play rook e1, then he will take our knight, and now if we try to give this check, now he will try to find a shelter for his king. King के लिए वो shelter find out करेगा either here or here, because now our bishop is blocked. We can't do anything here. So therefore this is little problematic for us, because the black's pieces are free to come out. So rook e1 will not give us winning position. Rook e1 to be played, but you know when? After capturing this knight into d5. हमें knight से knight को capture करना है, so he will capture with the pawn, or he will capture with the knight also. वो knight से भी capture कर सकता है. Then if he captures with the knight, we will play rook e1. But if he captures with the pawn, now we will play bishop g5 and try to remove this pin. ये जो नाइट है, डिफेंडर जो है, इसको जो बचा रहा है ना, उसे हम रिमूव करने के लिए ट्राई करेंगे. नाउ इफ यू ट्राई टू प्ले बिशप टू b7, नाउ इट इज वेरी इजी गेम. प्ले रूक e1 एंड ट्राई टू टेक दिस पॉन. रिमेंबर योर अपोनेंट कैन नॉट प्ले दिस, ये नहीं खेल सकता है वो, बिकॉज ऑफ आवर स्ट्रॉन्ग पिन. पिन के वजह से वो खेल नहीं सकता है. बिकॉज ऑफ दिस ही विल लूज. Queen into e4 check, king goes to f7, then queen goes to e6 check, and king goes to e8, bishop check, bishop back check, comes here, and it is simply check. King comes here, and now queen e6 checkmate. This is how he will become checkmate. बेचारा, उसको पता भी नहीं चलेगा कि वो कैसे हारेगा. If he try to play द पॉन टू e4, जैसे ही वो पॉन e4 पे खेलेगा, बेचारा वो हार जाएगा. ओके, सो इसके लिए ही जस्ट प्लेड मूव h6, हमारे बिशप को अटैक किया. नाउ द वाइट प्लेड रूक इनटू e5 चेक, किंग प्लेड टू d6. नाउ देयर इज ओनली वन गुड मूव हियर टू विन फास्ट. देयर आर द अदर मूव्स आल्सो. हमें ये बिशप कैप्चर करके जीत सकते हैं, but there is one interesting move here which white played. You know which move? Any which ways, हमें ना ये knight को capture करके भी जीत सकते हैं guys. You can capture this. If your opponent will capture with this, now you take this. If he takes this, you can check back, winning the queen, winning the game. Okay, winning the queen, winning the game, and now you can give this check. You can take all everything, सब तुम ले सकते हो और गेम को easily जीत सकते हो. Yes, Suresh Konar, I was just waiting for you, and just I was waiting for your move only here. Okay, so you are absolutely right. 1 minute. Yes, here bishop f4 is absolutely correct move, because now we are planning to remove the rook and try to give check with the bishop. Bishop f4 is a good move. So here black played g5 and we are winning in 4 moves. So what is the correct way to give the discover attack? So which is the move white should play here? Come on Suresh. What to be played? We can checkmate black king in 4 moves. 4 moves में हम black king को checkmate कर सकते हैं. Come on, let's see. Okay, we can checkmate black king in 4 moves, guys. Come on, which are the 4 moves? Anyone ready? We have to play rook into d5 check. Okay, it's a double check. Check with the rook also, check with the bishop also. Rook d5 check, and yes, very good Prajat. If king comes to c6, bishop a4 check, and the king will be having only move to b6, and rook b5 check, and I don't think the king is having any move like king a6 and queen into b7 checkmate. So this is how we can checkmate. Yes, Akshat, Prajat both are right. Like rook into d5 is absolutely winning move. Okay, so wherever he goes, I think there is only move I think to go. I think if the king try to come this side, guys, you can give rook d6 check. And you know what, he cannot take with this because this is again double check. इससे भी check है, इससे भी check है. So he cannot run away from the double check. If goes to king f5, this is the only move. Oh, it's a checkmate with a mighty pawn. Small pawn से checkmate है. Okay, so this is what it can happen. तो ऐसा disaster आ सकता है. Now let's see the last game, a last game of this, where how to win when the white play, how to win when the black play the correct defense. जब black जो है जब वो correct defense करता है तो how to play, so that is what we are going to see. वो हम अभी देखने वाले हैं what to do. So this game is played by our one of the Indian grandmaster called S. Sethuraman. So he is a very good strong Tamil Nadu player from the Sethuraman. He won against one grandmaster, see whose rating is 2503. उसका rating 2503 है. This is game is played recently in 2016 where the black played the correct defense. Okay, e4, e5, knight f3, knight c6, bishop c4, knight f6, knight g5, d5, e into d5. And as Samarth Gandhi said earlier, the correct defense is to play knight a5. ये correct defense है guys. This is a correct defense because this is not allowing us to capture this pawn and attack the queen and rook. So this is a correct defense attacking the bishop. So here we should play move bishop b5 check. This is the only correct move for white. Bishop b5 check. So this game you keep in your mind forever. ये जो game है ना आपके दिमाग में डाल दो. Bishop b5 check, c6, d into c6, b into c6, and remember we cannot capture this because the knight will capture. Okay, sorry, I think by mistake one move is happened. So here the correct way to bring the bishop back, remember you cannot get your bishop here because this bishop is there. You cannot get your bishop here, this bishop is there. You can get your bishop here. Here there is no use going back. So therefore the Sethuraman found the best way for the bishop is getting bishop to d3. This is the best place for your bishop. You must be wondering what about this bishop? Bishop को क्या करना है because it is blocking this. Technically it is blocking. So why we are actually playing bishop to d3? Because if we try to kick our knight, so we want the knight to come here. After exchanging with this knight, our bishop we want come here and attack this pawn. So this is the main idea. And for this bishop, we can take the bishop out from here by moving a3 and b4 pawn. So remember the ideas what we supposed to do. So here the black played knight to d5 and very simple, he just want to attack this knight. So therefore Sethuraman found the move h4 just to support. Opponent played bishop e7 giving further attack. वो क्या कर रहा है इस पे further attack कर रहा है. One attack and is doing the second attack. We have only one defender, so there is no need to defend it further. So white played a queen f3 and forcing black to capture the, because वो क्या कर रहा है black को force कर रहा है capture करने के लिए. Otherwise we will attack the f7 pawn. So black captured this, white captured, black captured. Remember that we are having a very good position because we got the standard double attack on the h7 pawn. So therefore Sethuraman played a very interesting move, rook to h5, attacking the queen, attacking the queen, attacking the pawn. So therefore the black played move queen to e7. Now here Sethuraman played a double attack. Can you find out which is the double attack move? Just I will wait for you for a minute. एक मिनट के लिए मैं वेट करता हूँ. So white played a very interesting move of double attack. Here where we can do double attack. Remember the rook is attacking once and there is no support to g7 pawn. So Sethuraman is used this. Sethuraman is used this. Okay, but he not captured that. Okay, so come on, waiting for you all what to play here. what to do here? As I told you that the rook is attacking once here, and this pawn, remember, have no support. So what type of double attack we can give here? So I want to tell you that the black gave the double attack, sorry, white gave the double attack by playing queen to g3. This is the double attack. He just attacking here twice with the rook and queen, and with the queen is attacking this. And so therefore the black is having only option, that is play f6. And remember, when he played f6, remember this pawn become very weak. So this is the power of the grandmasters. So this is how they play. Captured, 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 check this and captured. See how he recovered his pawn. जो pawn उसने यहाँ पर दिया था, he just got recovered on h7. So black king played c7, played b3. The idea is just want to take the bishop out. This is a developing move. So white played here knight to b4, and sorry, black played knight to b4, and white played a very interesting move, bishop a3, pinning this knight. This is also very interesting, and remember the bishop is already got the protection. Okay, so therefore he captured this. White captured with the pawn. Remember, the white was having a chance to capture with the queen, but still he used the pawn to capture. So he was wanting to use the rook to attack the king. So he was wanting the file to be open file ke liye he was trying. So this, the black king played here, knight to c3 played here. Now the Seturaman played rook to c1. Very interesting move. बहुत बढ़िया move है. The rook is spinning. So black played bishop e6, and here you will not believe the Seturaman played a free pawn. He gave the free pawn. Do you think really the pawn is free? You will come to know in next few moves. It is not free. Played, and see this check. Have you seen the rook on c1 pinning this pawn? There is a king. He cannot take it. So therefore now he can give check and remove this. Remember the idea of the Seturaman. उसने जो double pawn है, the keeping the double pawn in the same track, as I told you earlier, is a bad. So how he is getting rid of the bad pawn? By sacrificing it. Okay, is getting rid of the double pawn को वो remove कर रहा है, just giving it free. As it takes knight b5 check, king goes back and is taking it back. He played d5. In this game you will see a beautiful mate. So white played f3 because it is need to be played, because opponent is trying to attack this pawn. So it is better to play f3. He played queen e8 check, king to f2. Now remember, the king is safe here. No check because of the rook, no check because of the knight, no check because of the pawn. So therefore the white king looks very safe here. Okay, so black played queen e5. Now I want to ask the viewers here what to play from white side. Just suggest one move. One player suggest one move. Each position पे, it is not outstanding move, but I want to know your thought process कि यहाँ पर कौन सा मूव तुम लोग करोगे from white side. One player suggest one move. एक player एक move suggest करेंगे. देखते हैं कि whose move is going to match with the Seturaman's move. Come on. So let me have sip of water. Come on, let me. That I am waiting for your answer. तुम लोग के आंसर के लिए मैं वेट कर रहा हूँ कि इस पर्टिकुलर पोजीशन पे which move would you like to play. Yes, I have not received answer from anyone so far. Maybe you might be thinking, but here I want to tell you that Seturaman is played queen to d3, getting queen because the queen looks like out of the game, so he's getting queen to d3 near the black king. That is what he played, queen to d3, and the black played rook e8. But don't worry, nothing will happen. No check will come because of this, no check will come because of the knight, no check will come. So even though if he is getting the rook and queen near the white king side, nothing will happen to the king because king is safe. King is safe. So here he played, white played queen to c3, black played pawn to g5. And here Seturaman is, he made a very poisonous move which opponent not realized. opponent ने realize ही नहीं किया. एक ऐसा brilliant move खेला है ना सेतुरामन. I don't think you people can find out. तुम लोग फाइंड आउट नहीं कर पाओगे वो क्या मूव किया है. ओके पता है क्या है मूव है वो, मैं तुम लोग को बताता हूँ कि सेतुरामन इज थिंकिंग चेकमेट दिस किंग. सो ही वाज प्लानिंग एवरीथिंग. वो प्लान कर रहा है चेकमेट करने के लिए. सेतुरामन इज प्लानिंग टू चेकमेट ग्रैंड मास्टर्स किंग because the king can go and hide himself. So therefore he was not wanting him to go back. And remember that the king position, he was just want to block everything because he want to use this knight who is blocking the square. Okay, so he planned brilliant move, and you will not believe that move is before. You will think kya hai ye before move, kya brilliant hai, but it is Seturaman's plan. I will tell you why it is brilliant. And if even the black who is a grandmaster is also thought ki kya hai, this is very simple move, isme kya hai. I think he was actually laughed at Seturaman. सेतुरामन के ऊपर वो हंस रहा था कि क्या है पागल है, उसने क्या किया है, बिशप को ब्लॉक किया है, खुद के बिशप को ब्लॉक किया और ये पॉन का आगे खेला है, क्या खेला है. सो ही मस्ट बी थिंकिंग, ग्रैंड मास्टर ने सोचा ये पॉन को आगे खेला बिकॉज ही वाज वांटिंग टू प्ले नाइट हियर और नाइट हियर बाय मेकिंग द प्लेस फॉर नाइट, ऐसा कुछ सोचा उसने. और उसने क्या किया, ही जस्ट अटैकिंग द वाइट किंग बाय g4. Now the Seturaman checkmated the black king into moves. So I'm just waiting for the chat to find out. Can you find out the checkmate into moves? White to play and checkmate the black king into moves. Come on anyone if you can find, because this was the net. This was the move which is actually creating the mating net. So silently it is blocking the king's square, and the knight is already, this knight was already blocking the square. Okay, and remember the king is not having any particular good square, just is having only 3 squares. So that is what the Seturaman found, that he found that king looks weak, so therefore he played the pawn here just to block these 2 squares. Okay, so chat, I am waiting here. Suresh Konar, Om Mudeshwar, come on. Okay, Om Mudeshwar, yes, correct. Om is absolutely banging. He is giving the right answer, Om Mudeshwar. Yes, absolutely. So did you understood the brilliancy of the move before? क्या move खेला उसने. Opponent played g4 and he played queen into c6, b into c6. There is no other option black is having, and rook into c6, a checkmate. So remember the mating nets. ऐसा mating nets करना सीखना चाहिए. This is what we have to learn. Okay, so openings are important, but at the same time you have to try to attack your opponent and put his king in the mating net in every possible position. हर position में ऐसे moves के लिए हमें strive करना चाहिए, because even the grandmasters falls for these type of attacks. Okay, so I hope you liked today's stream. Okay, so tomorrow I am bringing bishop c5 move. Okay, so tomorrow bringing e4, e5, nf3 nc6, bishop c4, bishop c5 move, how to play with bishop c5 moves. Okay, so till then, bye bye children, take care, have a good day, and wish you happy Diwali.